And I'm about to tell you some information that you cannot unlearn. So you have to ask yourself if you want to know this information, because this information will bring sadness. This information is purely for educational purposes, but maybe a touch of inspiration. Happy shortest day of the month, Black History Month. Did you know that the word propaganda is something that is designed to obscure its original meaning through clever displays? Like, for example, if you were to design a comic book that were to encourage children to smack their fathers and call them little frou-frou bunny rabbits, and then little kids started smacking their parents and calling them little frou-frou bunny rabbits, well then, my friends, you might have that on Fox News saying, this kind of propaganda. Well, that's what propaganda is. It's basically media with an agenda. So imagine my surprise when I grew up and figured out that a baby made out of tar was a pejorative. A pejorative is a fancy word for an ugly word you should never use against another human being. But a pejorative is where you look at me and say, what are some things that Toasty has no control over? I bet Toasty has some flesh between his femurs that we can make fun of. Yes. And I bet Toasty's white. I bet we can make fun of that. And I have no control over that. I have no control over the color of my skin. No control. So when I figured out that as a child, I was taught a racial slur, a racial pejorative. I was taught an ugly word through one of the friendliest mediums ever. There was a little briar fox. Now, brar is a southernified way of saying briar. Briars are those little spikes. You could say that Jesus Christ wore a crown of briars. It was very painful. It's nature's way of saying, do not touch. So, briar fox, already, you see where this is going, and I'll see if I can explain it. Cute little fox bouncing along, beam, 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 beam. And, well, wouldn't you know it, Briar Fox runs into Briar Bear. Now, Briar Bear and Briar Fox, they both eat things. Now, Briar Fox might get eaten by Briar Bear, but Briar Fox is too fast for that. So they're sitting there and having a good conversation, as most predators do. And they're like, boy, I'm hungry. Boy, I'm hungry. And then they see a little rabbit. Well, that's Briar Rabbit over there. Well, Briar Fox tells Briar Bear, I'm going to go catch me that Briar Rabbit. So far, it sounds like Aesop's Fables, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound like Aesop's Fables? It sounds warm. You wrap that around you like a warm blanket. You're like, tell me another story, Papa. Please, Mama, tell me another story about the Briar Foxes and the Briar Bears. And you're sitting there all warm in your feelings, in your childhood, and they're like, well, then Briar Fox said, I'll catch Briar Rabbit with a baby made out of tar. Now, at this point in the story, you're thinking, watch, it's like a glue trap for a mouse. Of course it's going to work. The rodent will get stuck in the tar. The rodent will get stuck in the tar until you realize that a baby made out of tar is a racial pejorative for an African. In the time when they weren't African Americans, they were Africans because they just got here. And you're a pure white rabbit. You don't want to get mixed up in those babies made out of tar. And not a man made out of tar. A baby. You ever know why people get real upset when someone calls Toasty a boy? What a boy? You better know me. You better know me if that B word comes out of your mouth. You better know me. Are you my father? Because if you're not my dad, I'm gonna... So what I'm saying is propaganda, very sneaky. I can't unwind the childhood feelings I feel about all of the little Third Reich characters that taught me what a baby made out of tar is. I can't unlearn that.